Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some more Banished, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our complete beginner's guide. Our population is growing, the marketplace is a-bustling, and I'm going to speed things up to 5x as we are filling in another home here. We are working on the business of collecting some more stone. That's certainly on the docket, and we might have a trader stop by. Got a lot of stone over here that we're going to gather. Actually, there's a bunch of stone down here, and we might need to build a little bridge down here to get to it. Oh, there's plenty of stone right here too, though. Alright. So it's a long way to get there, and people will move slowly on that trek, but they will do it. We could build a road preemptively down this way if we wanted to kind of connect this southern part of... You know, it's not really an isthmus, but it's like we've got a lake here, and then we've got a lake and a river here, so... Kind of. We're up to 31 population. You see we have lots and lots of kids coming in, but our food is so strong that this is just fine. And you know, I was going to initially delete these to make space for our market, but because I built it earlier, this can become space for more houses if we want, you know, to keep people located eventually. But we're really not in a rush. We have a nice space here. Of course, if you're a more proficient player at this game and you're into min-maxing more than I am, you could be growing faster and doing things, but I'm trying to go at a nice casual pace, not only because that's just how I enjoy playing the game, but also because I think it's a good way to start as a new player, to just not go too fast. So you can see a young family, Greg and Jocelyn, have moved in here. And this is out. They're no longer able to produce things because they don't have the supplies. And I believe what they're missing, I think, are mushrooms. So that might not seem necessarily intuitive, but it's part of this, I think. So it's like they have peaches, but maybe not enough. And we'll get some more. Do we have any shrooms over here? We do, so... But we're out of peaches. I knew that was going to happen. So what we need to do is switch over to a different kind. And we have wheat, I guess. I'm not used to... I've never started with wheat. So now that we have wheat, yeah, we can just make beer. So we just switch to wheat. That's easy enough. Do I have plenty of wheat lying around? I have some. We can always switch to berries, too. And one thing, you know, just actually, you know what, let's do that. Let's say, hey, we're going to be making a bunch of booze, so I might as well produce, like, have another crop field with some more wheat that we can get going. We could even build it right over here where we have space. We could try to make a slightly larger crop field because most of our workforce should be educated. It might not work, but it's something that we could consider. So just experimenting with. So if I, like, a 7x7 was perfectly worked by one uneducated worker. There is a number for this, and I don't know the math right off the top of my head, but actually, let me just bring up, there's a bunch of good resources. There's a wiki for the game, and I believe there's even like a calculator that you can find online for the optimal spacing for an educated worker. Okay, I'm back. I actually did just go look it up. I was like, well, I could just kind of guesstimate it, but why not just have some fun and be exact? So according to the calculator that I found online for this, it's 15 by 8 for an educated worker. So we can do 15 by 8, but we don't have the space to, you know, fully go 15. by 8 because of that mountain. However, if we put it sideways instead, well, sideways based on that perspective anyway, I can do it right here. So I am pretty sure that a disease will not jump, but I don't know if that's the case. We'll find out. So you see how these question marks appeared when I built this. This is because this field it's asking for 2 farmers, but I'm only going to give it 1. And then it's the newer one, it peels off the farmers. I'm going to take away a builder and add a farmer. Now we have 1 for every single field. And this guy's not educated? So, I mean, this is the concern, which is that, he's going to try to work here when I want somebody who's educated to work here. Now, that's a shame. And that's just what's happening. So I could just, turn this off and this guy could go find another job. And I could, turn it back on and see if we get somebody new to work it. I don't know. But another thing that can happen is this will just be wheat and it might not be optimally farmed because the guy isn't educated. But eventually all of our workforce will become educated because they will all have gone through school. I'm going to, we have a builder doing nothing because we finished the house that we blocked in. And let's see, what else is our priority? Honestly, I'm just going to unpause and build another house before I do anything else. We kind of have to just be a little bit patient as we wait for our workforce to mature. Yeah, this guy's back on the job. He's back. Mr. Uneducated is back. So we'll see what percentage of this he can actually get done. He's also starting in June because I built this. It's not going to do a good job because it started so late in the year. Now, one thing I could do is I could just give another farmer to this and say, okay, we don't have an educated farmer. Let's have another farmer. Unfortunately, I don't have enough labor to do that. So, okay. So let me actually just say I do. I've been avoiding doing this. In my Let's Play, I micromanage my workers much more heavily. And I kind of wanted to introduce that gradually to the guide. And honestly, as long as you just grow slowly and just put people out there, you're going to be fine. But if you want to be more aggressive and optimal and efficient, you can do things like say, okay, maybe I don't need somebody right now working at the traders, and I could take away the trader. And that's something you could consider. Certain jobs, though, you don't want to take away. Even though, for example, the herbalist is full, if you turn this off, then nobody will distribute the herbs to people who are sick, from what I understand. So you always want to have an herbalist there. So I could, just temporarily take away, I don't know, I'll take up a hunter, and then I'll put them on, I'll give this field back to having 2, and then I will add them as a farmer. Just to kind of see if we can get a little bit more wheat going. We're up against it because of time, so it's going to be challenging for it to work anyway, but we'll see what we can do. The game will give you a notification when a trading ship arrives, by the way, so you can just kind of, you don't have to watch it. You can see this is, it's going to do okay. It's a big field, so even though it's only going to get some yield, it's going to be nice. And we'll have plenty of wheat to make, keep the alcohol going. And this way I don't have to completely annihilate my peach supply by making peach, schnapps or whatever we're making. And you can see up here, here's our booze. 74 stored booze. Pretty good. So, it's saying materials are not available. But I think it's just waiting. There we go, it's fine now. Okay, we're up to 33 population. This house is finished. A young couple has moved in. They had a child already. And they'll continue to grow. Excellent. So we're actually starting to collect a little bit of stone. I'll put in another house. Our structure is, our infrastructure is so smooth right now that I can afford to just continue to grow and keep pushing the envelope so that we can take care of some of these larger projects. And let's start blocking in our town hall. So we want to put this someplace. It doesn't have to be accessed in the sense that people need to have great access to it, so we can put it over here along the riverbank, and I'm gonna scooch it in just so we can provide a road behind it like that, and I'm gonna currently just pause it, and then I'm gonna block in some roads and things. There we go. Just to get the kind of skeleton of the city going. And somebody has grown up to be a laborer. So fantastic. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them back on hunting for now. Just to make sure that I don't have... I have plenty of food. But I really like that the hunting lodge is giving us so much leather. It's not a ton, but it's enough leather that we can keep up with our clothes supply. And the more people we have, the more clothing we need, of course. $34 people, a ton of children. So let's just kind of pump the brakes a little bit on house building after this. Iron is amazing. Stone is actually not bad. Okay, good. We had somebody else grow up. I'm going to make them a builder so I can start getting some of these projects handled. Excellent. So sometimes these people, the builders, will go way too far away. But in this case, there's not... now there's stone right next to it, so you never know why they take so long. There we go. And 35 people. See, like, we were just kind of really stalling our growth at the beginning with the boarding house so we could get our feet under us. And then we started slowly building some houses up here at this node. And now, this is turned off for the most part because we have the log limit. By the way, it is worth mentioning you can turn off cutting down trees if you only want to plant and have an area where you're just promoting tree growth. Or you can turn off planting and just, you know, chop down. You can kind of toggle these. I'm just leaving them on, but you could build a more specialized area if you wanted. It's a nice little control feature that you have. And now I'm going to unpause, and we're going to start this big project at the town hall. And you're going to see our stone supply disappear. So this person has just, Glorinda, she's just moved into this by herself, but she's the vendor, so she lives right across the street from her job. Very good location, so she is, like, got 0 travel time, which is phenomenal. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah. Let me connect the road from the tavern here, to this road. There we go. I'm actually going to just, I'm going to rearrange this. I'm going to build a road that goes along from the well this way too to Town Hall, just to kind of provide some more thoroughfare. And this is getting depleted anyway, so what I'm going to do is click on this. I'm going to do remove structure, just remove this, and then I'm going to throw in a road that goes right by the well, right over here, so people can get to the tavern, to the well, whatever it is. And then this whole stretch right here, if I wanted to have a stockpile, which I'm okay with having it right now, I'm just going to build one that's like right there. And here's the trader. So this icon will be blue, or the merchant, and they've arrived. And so once they get here, you'll hear that sound effect, and you'll see this icon. And this is a food merchant, and they have plums and pecans to trade. So this is cool because these are nice things to, like, give some more variety to our people. And you can see what that we have that they would trade, and it looks like this person is like a general vendor or something. They're interested in everything that we've got. So that's good, but honestly, I'm not really excited about this. I'm going to buy just a little bit for fun, like 20 of each. This is not very much. But my issue is I want seeds and I want livestock. I don't really want these items. So now that we see somebody, we can custom order from her. And this is Mabella. And we can say, hey, can you bring me something? But you see, she just brings already prepared food items. So in this sense, I'm not thrilled about it. And I'm not going, because these are not replenishing. Like, if I had plum seeds, I could make my own plums. Now, plum seeds are, most seeds are like 2,500 or something, very pricey. And livestock is, you know, several hundred. But at the same time, then you can just make your own and don't have to buy anymore, so it's totally worth it. This is okay. And I could trade them, you know, something. What I like to do a lot is trade venison. It's not always, once we get the town hall built, we'll be able to see what we have more readily. But if I click on the market, you'll see I just have 700 venison right here. And that's a lot. So I can request, I can go to my inventory and I can say, hey, trader, can you get me, I don't know, just 100 venison in here? And then I'm going to wait for that to happen. Once that happens, I'll have 300 value that I can fill up on plums and pecans just to get some extra stuff going for fun, to make people happy. But I'm not going to go too far out of my way. So you see we're not close on the stone that we need. And let's just see if there's any stone that we have marked that we haven't gotten yet. No. We need to mark more. So I'm going to mark, this stone over here. I'll try to mark this. I don't know if they can actually get to it, but then there's a bunch of stone down here too. We had somebody else grow up and become a laborer. Excellent. And that's okay for right now, because I have 2,000 food. Now we could check the inventory here, see how they're doing on getting the venison. Not yet. Let's see how they... Somebody's coming. Look. I think the vendor might actually be doing that for us. And boom, they dropped it off, and now we have enough. So now I could trade, and I can trade... all 100 of my venison for 300 units, and then these are 1 each, so I'll just get 150 plums and 150 pecans, and you just make it equal, or sometimes you can give them a little bit more if you want, and then I'm just going to click trade, and then boom, we did it. Now, another thing you might want to do at this point is turn off the demand for 100 venison right here. I'm just going to put it back to 1. And I'm going to keep 1 of everything I can here. I just like to do this again. You do not need to do this. I'm just doing it. So I have 1 of everything. It's like a sample for the trader. To be like, hey... So the stone has been marked now, and hopefully they're going to start filling this in. Iron is still pretty good. Booze is dropping. All right. So now we'll get some more yield from this, and hopefully we can get some more ale going. I have... I could turn this into something else. I could go back to just... I could try to make some berry ale at this point. Until we get some more wheat built up. From what I understand reading online about brewing, you have a problem where, like, you're trying to, let's say, brew peaches, but people want to take the peaches, and then you run out of peaches. Now, you can raise the priority of the tavern. That's certainly something that you can do. But I think the solution that seems the best is just to make way more than you need, so that, there's a ton of wheat, for example. Up to 80 stone here, not bad. We're doing beautifully on... Yeah. This might be an area... We could turn this into another, farming area. Or, I'm sorry. Hunting, etc. Yeah, there's so much stone over here. But we could also clear this out and put a mine on this mountain and a quarry or something over here if we wanted to collect like that. You also have the option of, hey, let's just say we want to sell booze and we just want to, make a bunch of wheat, make a bunch of beer, and then sell beer to buy stone and buy coal and buy iron and stuff like that. It's possible. Mm-hmm. 2,300. Alright, so we're out of enough berries. So let's see what we've got enough of here. We could make some plum booze, but we're about to have a ton of wheat. I'm going to start sending a road down here. But do I want it to be necessarily straight? Probably not. I probably want it to kind of jog over so we can maximize some of this flat land if we want. Now then we'll do it like this, that's fine. And then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to click remove road there. Looks like I have an extra one, and I think I made an extra one down here somewhere. Yep, right at the end. Okay, perfect. Blacksmith full, tailor full, looking good, firewood full. Here comes the booze. We ran out for a second. I'm sure people were not pleased about that. Excellent. And we're almost there on stone. We're getting it to build, and you can only build one town hall ever. So you never need to rebuild it. This is a huge investment. And we're in the business of making alcohol. We built a separate field here to make even more booze. Our population is now up to 36, which is fantastic, and we're rocking and rolling. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. We did our first successful trade, and we will continue as we grow and try to build all of the structures and discuss everything about the beginning of this game. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.